Right, good afternoon. Carrying on with my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Down the Garden Path, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called actually. Yeah, I'm getting on with my primroses. I haven't filmed, hang on, let me just, I haven't filmed doing all this. It's not stitched down yet. Because it's been about 4 hours, believe it or not. So, yeah, I just didn't want to put you through that. I've got one more leaf and one more flower to do. They're fairly simple. I've been agonising over trying to get lifelike leaves. I sort of tried blanket stitch and, you know, to get those because they're really, let me just show you close up. If you look at the picture there, they're really textured leaves. Yeah, it was just getting ridiculous. So what I did was I had a baby wipe that I'd used to clean up ink at some point, obviously. So I cut out a load of leaves as the background, and then I layered up two different colours of netting, obviously a lighter green and a darker green. And for the middle, I'll show you this. Where's the actual thread? Oh, oh, here it is. It's a Steph Francis one that I bought years and years ago, and I do mean years and years. And this is the last bit that I've got. It's really hard to sew with, but I've just been couching it down to make the centre veins, because that is really prominent in the picture there. I was just trying to do too much detail, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Let me just move that over there and then you're in the middle. So I think it's kind of giving it the look that I want. Yeah. The other thing that I've been struggling with is how to do primroses. Do have this really sort of bulbous bit before it comes up to the flower petals. So oh, the petals, by the way, I cut out of that felt, which I've put away, obviously. Yeah, but it was the perfect primrose yellow. I told you about that in the last video. So yeah, I've been sort of agonising over these bulbous bits here, but I've been dyeing bits and bobs, and I thought maybe this shape here, this leaf, if I cut those out, they're a bit chunky, aren't they? Because I was thinking of just doing a bullion stitch, but I just wondered if it needed more oomph behind it. That flowers. Sorry, I literally put this down and thought, oh, I'm just going to go and get some lunch and then I'll start filming. That might be the better size actually. The actual leaf of the flower, I think that will be too big. That bit there. I don't know, we'll faff around. Anyway, I'll show you how I've been doing the leaves and one of the flowers, and we'll work out what we're doing with there. I haven't stitched any of it down, like I said. This probably will be a longer video. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Right, that's ready for the bullion stitch, so I'm just going to move that there. So, yes, I've been working. Yeah, I was trying to do those leaves and I was like, no, that doesn't look any good. And I went through my little stitch book and couldn't find anything there that would do it. So I thought, you know what, I'm trying to go too lifelike. So yeah, so there's the baby wipe, there's the lighter green underneath, and then there's the darker green. I think it's given me the texture that I want, because they're a very textured leaf, but do you know what, it doesn't have to be like a photograph, it'll be fine. So anyway, I hope you're all well. It was a dark and dismal day this morning, but this afternoon the sunshine's actually come out, so it's quite nice at the moment. So what I've been doing is sort of twisting that so I get a finer it's making my fingers work properly. So yeah, I've just been doing couching over the top, nothing amazingly exciting. I have been pulling and twisting them so that they don't, you know, so they're not all flat. I want them to have a little bit of shape to them. So when I do the stitch, I'm just sort of distressing the leaves, I guess you could sort of say, sort of like that. Okay. Yeah, I agonised over it for ages. But I was watching Louise Heinzel's tribute to Tim Holtz and her giant journal that she'd done. That was 2.5 hours, and I finally got to this. So I sort of amused myself whilst I was struggling here. But yeah, again, like with the junk journal January thing, I'm trying not to watch anybody else. I really want to, you know, just do my thing and not feel that I've got to, I don't know what the word is. Haven't got to get it sort of plant perfect, if you like. That's not the right word, but my hands are freezing. I've just been outside and cleaned out Madame's glitter tray because, you know, we're a little bit posh. We don't like going outside for that sort of thing. And it's freezing outside. We are meant to be getting a bit of a blast of cold weather, which is like a joy. So, never mind. Right, so that's that. Where's my scissors? There they are. So that was what I've been doing for the leaves. I've been leaving the tail there long because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But this gives me the opportunity to, you know, really scrunch it up if I want to. So that's the last leaf. And then the actual flowers, I've got this, what are you, Finca number 8. I don't know what colour it is. Probably says it here somewhere. It might be 162. I don't know. Anyway, it's a variegated yellow because again, the middle of the flowers, I forgot to bring up my grey pen. I'm going to cheat with the primroses have 5 petals, but they're quite detailed, they're quite cut. So I've just been snipping into this. Oh, it's a die. I did cheat and I used it came off of a card making magazine and I can't remember which one, but it cuts those. I just cut the 2 smaller ones. The big one was too out of proportion, so well, for what I'm doing anyway. But it's one of those very handy dies, and it cut the felt absolutely no problem at all. But it is a nice wool felt, so it's not terribly thick, but it is the perfect colour. So all I've been doing with this is stitching up the leaf, or the petal I should say, and then sort of giving it a, hang on, going back into the middle and just giving it a little tug just to distort it a little bit. Just gives it that little bit of dimension. I'm probably overthinking this, as I always do with things, so yeah, I told myself just get a grip and just you know, calm down, just do some stitching. I've not done any fancy stitches, I must admit. The only fancy, well, not even fancy really, I did, well, no, I haven't. I'm sorry, I was just trying to think then. I haven't. I mean, I borrow stitched the background, which I showed you last time. Yeah, and I've just sort of left it, you can probably just see it there, left it kind of as is, and I've almost lost the Steph Francis stuff, but I think that just adds a really nice bit of, I'm going to pull those bits up through as I'm stitching the leaves down because I haven't stitched anything down yet, so I thought I would leave that for you to see if you're interested, which hopefully, if you're watching this, you are. Right, so just knot that and take the thread off. So for in the middle, I really want to get, it's got almost like, I don't know if you can see this, sorry, it's got almost like grey bits in the middle just to give it a little bit of depth. And I clean forgot to bring my grey pen up with me, but I must have one here somewhere. Right, I've got a permanent marker, it's a bit blue, let's have a look. Might be right actually. Yeah, I just want to give them, and this is, to me, this is totally acceptable to do this. It just adds a little bit of life. Just gives, again, a little bit of depth, a little bit of something, you know. I was going to go around with grey thread, but I thought the thread would look a little bit too, almost too, I don't know what to say. I don't know what the word would be. Could do with a finer point, but this is all I've got. So it's kind of yellow with a hint of grey. But that to me just adds an awful lot to it. And I promised to get the film of the primroses when they're all in flower. It's a bit early yet, so usually about March, February, March time. That one I think I'll leave because I've bent that one over deliberately, and then there's like a little not opened one there, so they're fine. Right, okay, here we go. I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to try and do a similar sort of design to that, but yeah, that might not happen, I don't know. Are you going to be too big? Let me just place that there. I tuck it up underneath. I think they are. Right, let's just chop some of these out anyway. I'll chop a big one. We'll have a look at a big one and see what we think. I'll say I was going to, I thought of a bullion knot, but then I thought also of silk ribbon. But yeah, let's try this. Because it's already dyed. It's not terribly green, but it's not too bad. Now I'm going to have to cherry pick the leaves because not all of them. I don't want them fraying. See, that'll probably be a perfect size for those ones. It's definitely a detail I wanted to get on. I know this is going to look to a lot of people like, oh, that's a faff. Yeah, it is a faff, but it is part of the structure of the flower itself. So 1, 2, 3, and if I do 2 bigger ones, oh, I need one. I need another 2 small ones. See, it's starting to fray there. That's why I'm cherry picking, and it's a bit of waste, but not a major. That one and one more. Right, so that's for that one, and then I think that's going to be about right for those. We shall have a look. So I think what I need to do first is get the leaves down. Put on a really long piece. I've got a really nice variegated green here, which is an anchor, and it's 1216. Whenever I see it, I pick it up because I love that colour. Right, you all stay there. Actually, you need to move. Second thoughts. Right, let's pick it all there. So yeah, I think that grey pen has just given that a little bit of depth to the flowers, which are now misbehaving. Stay. Right. Okay. Oh, quite nervous about doing this one actually. not nervous, wrong word. I just want to get it right. So I've got a pile of leaves here. I think what I'll do is I'll just get some of these down. Again, I don't think just trying to think if I'm going to stitch them flat, or this one I need to just bend up slightly because I don't want anything going outside of this the parameters here. I've got a funny feeling it's not even going to fit in that box that I faffed around with, so I might have to find something else to do that, because I'm adding a lot of texture and depth, and you know, this is quite hairy and all the rest of it, so I want loads of that coming through. So we'll just grab some of that. So just going to go over my couched lines and basically just pin these down a little bit. So I should just keep piling them up on top of each other. I might do two and then pause you and bring you back. I don't think I want the little one there yet. Let's get this big one on here. Again, I don't really want to stitch it flat, so we'll just bend it slightly. So when I say I do use my baby wipes, I really do use them. So I'm not just talking, because sometimes they are absolutely perfect for something like this. And of course they don't fray, which is lovely. You know, you haven't got to worry about it all falling apart on you. So they're incredibly useful pieces of fabric, to be honest with you. Right, I'll do one more with you. Oh, itchy eye. And then I'll get them all stitched, and then you haven't got to sit here for hours on end watching me do this. I know for some people they don't mind, but others do. Yes, I'm carrying all my threads across the back. Never look at the back of a piece of my work. I have told you this before. I am quite the lazy stitcher. I know a lot of people query, why do all that stuff on the background if you're going to cover it up? Well, that's just part of what this is. You know, it's all about the layers for me. It's a bit like gel printing when you're doing that. It's all about the layers. Right, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to pull all that through, and I'll come back to you when we, pardon me, when I'm doing the flowers, because that'll be the next fun bit. Okay, I won't be long. Right, leaves are on. I just tried two of the actual flower petals, or the flowers I should say, just to see if I was going the right direction, and the bigger leaves that I cut out do work with that. So there was a cat invasion, that's why I stopped the video as well, so I'll have to join these two together. Oh, I don't know why she decided to come up. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a bullion knot here, and then I'm attaching it to the leaf, and then I'm stitching the flower on just with a French knot, basically. So I'm just trying to get the, so yeah, I want to go here with the next one. Right, sorry, I do this a little bit cack-handed, so do excuse me while I so I want to go about here. I'm glad I kept that last leaf back, because I need to put something in the middle. Just in case you want to know, I'm using a milliner's needle by Bowen. They're straw milliners. They are recommended for doing bullion knots because they are quite even all the way up the shaft basically, which makes it really easy to pull them through. So just pinch hold of it tight, pull your thread through. I think Lynn says you just give it a little tickle, gentle pull, and you end up with a bullion knot, which is there. So then I've just been putting on the leaf, if you like. Sorry, I'm stitching upside down. It's probably totally confusing to you if you're watching this. Let's do that. We'll do a bit of faffing in a minute, pulling all that grassy stuff through. Let's just get these done first. Come on, you went really well first 2 times. Needles come unthreaded, of course. The sun's disappeared. Okay, so just coming back up to the top of the leaf, as it were, on the back there, and then through the middle of the primrose flower. Been wrapping it 3 times. I've got all 6 strands on here in case you want to know that. And then just go back and come up a little bit higher. Just go back through there. Quite nice working on these wool mats because you can stab them and your needle stays there. Now I have been good, and I have been sealing off each one, or knotting off I should say. A random bit of green stuff here, but I think I'll wait because I might use that to stitch that final leaf in the middle. So okay, so we've got 3 on. You're a bit of this stuff at the background, right? So I think I want, let's do one here. Yes, again, it's covering up part of what I've already done, but that, as I say, that is kind of part of it. Half open one there, and maybe the bud there. Maybe that one there. And what I thought I'd do, if I need to, is put that final one. I don't know if I'm going to need it actually. Right, okay, let's not faff with that too much. Let's get these flowers stitched down. You need quite a bit of thread for doing the bullion knots. That's the only thing. You do go through it a bit. I say I'm using all 6 strands because I want them to be, I want them to stand out basically. So actually I wasn't using that one. I was using this light green because I thought that stood out against the leaves a bit better than the variegated. I'm not going to pause you again, sorry, you just have to, because I know, as I say, some people do like to watch all of it, so you know. Okay. I'm just looking at my reference photo here. The only one that really needs that bit is that one. These I can just stitch flat, I think. So what I might do is just do a little bullion knot here. Just a small one, I think. It is helpful to have a pair of flat nose pliers, especially with this stitch. It really helps it pull through. don't think it's going to look like the photo, but you know, that's fine. So I'm trying to keep the tension on the knot as well as position this. That's not in position. Right, come on, behave. Trying to keep it in screen for you guys, sorry. I thought that was going to play up then, but it didn't. Oh, did I miss the top of the stitch there? I did. I'll have to go back and do that. Where next? Here, wasn't it? Just going to stitch that straight on, I think. Don't know where to put that one. There. I've got the bud, haven't I? The bud can come right out there. This one I was going to put here, wasn't I? Might do that and then put that final leaf in there. Yeah, right, stay. I haven't got a pin handy, typical. Let me just grab a pin. I really want that to stay there, so 2 secs. Squeaky floorboards. Let's have a quick look at composition. Yeah, I think I like that, and then I can always put that one in there just to sort of, might not need it, although on the picture there is one, but that doesn't matter. Could always sort of turn it like that, couldn't we? That's what we'll do. Right, okay. Let's state my work on the back. Shocking, aren't I? Never mind. Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking, it's not going to fit in your box, Susan. It really isn't. We'll see. We shall see. Might do. It's quite big. It's quite wide, or deep, I should say. So we'll make it fit. I don't know how many of these we're doing actually. Is it 6 weeks or 6 months rather? Right, this one I think I'm just going to stitch. I think I'm just going to do a knot in the middle. No, let's get it in the middle, that does help. Okay, let's get that out so I shouldn't forget about it. Right, this one. Let me just fasten that one off. Yeah, I definitely tried to get far too much detail on those leaves. So I told myself to stop, so I did, because it was all getting a little bit stressful, I think is the right word. Because I was getting frustrated, really, because I couldn't get what I wanted it to look like. Right, so if I put that there, yeah, that works for me. Right, so it needs a bullion knot from the middle-ish. To about there. Let's get you guys out of the way for a minute. Come on. Let's pick a decent one of these. That's quite a nice one. Did have a front and a back this one. That was basically half a flower, which I just rolled up and then stitched, basically. That's all I did with that one. I put that over there. Right, stay still. Oh, it's really thick. Whoop. No, don't come off. Just do one more stitch. Ow, 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 ow. That's my poorly finger. It's nearly there. Holding on to that for dear death, aren't I? Right, poor thing, sorry, squashed you a bit, didn't I? Right, okay. Let's have a look, see if we like it. Might need to cut one more flower, I don't know. I don't really want to, because it means getting the Sizzix machine out. I don't want to cut it by hand, because I'm rubbish at cutting shapes. Well, I think that's okay. Looks like a clump of primroses to me. Right, Mr. Green Thread, I need you anyway. I'm very naughtily going to carry that right across there. I'm going to get that stitched down. I do apologise if this is going off screen. I don't think I am. I just want one stitch. That's all I need out of you. I'll tidy the back up in a minute. Am I liking this? I'm not sure, but I think it is what it is. So I'm just going to reach underneath these leaves and pull out the hairy stuff. Because if you look there, it's sort of sat in amongst grass and stuff, which is what they do, you know, so that's fine. Can't get under there. I stitched them all down. Come on, where are you? What do? Do I put that last leaf on? I don't think it needs it now, does it? No, I don't think it needs it. Let me know what you think. That kind of looks like that. It's really hard to do because you can't get all those stems in and things. That's just a little bit, you know, a bit OTT, but I think I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to call that done. It looks like primroses to me. So you'll have to let me know what you think. Let me get you a little bit closer up. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm like, yeah, actually, no, that does look like primroses. Let me just get it on its own. Do I need to add anything? Let me know. What do you think? I don't know. Sorry, I'm really criticising it now. I'm stood here and I'm like, But no, I like it. There we are, primroses. I hope you like that. So I think I kind of, with the netting, I think it helped with the detail on the leaves and that grey in the flowers definitely makes a huge difference. So yeah, there we are. Okay, load of primroses. Part 1 done. Alright, see you on the next one. Bye.